So, I'm very new to the whole vlogging world, and I'm not really sure, like, vlog etiquette, but I'm pretty excited to just, instead of writing my feelings down this time, I thought I would kind of talk about them to you, and then you can tell me if you feel the same way, or what you think, or, you know, how you relate to what I'm talking about. So, the other week I was at my therapist because I see a therapist, and it took me a long time to really be like, it's okay, Liz, you can see a therapist, because therapy to me is a way of caring for yourself. And beyond self-care, it's just a way to know that there's this kind of neutral party that you can talk to about anything, and it stays in that room. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, she had said to me something that I feel like is going to stick with me for a long time. We were talking about my kids, the girls, how awesome they are. They're pretty good kids, and they've been through a lot, and that, they're growing up to be pretty awesome humans. And she said that's because when they look at you and Dan, they see that you treat Case as a blessing, not a burden. Wah! It was like my mind was blown, because I never really thought about it that way. So when I was like, yeah, like, of course there are hard things about raising a child that has a chronic illness. There are hard days with a child that has been medically complex since birth, even hard seasons. But it's not a hard life. And I think that when you really truly feel that, like deep down in your soul, you know that this little boy was created the way he was created and given to the parents he was given to for a reason. Not because we're such spectacular parents, but because we are his parents. And the girls see that he is loved and valued and a blessing, and that we love them and value them, and they are a blessing. And as a family unit, we are absolutely 100% not what you would typically see as a family, but at the same time, we're making it work, even on the hard days. So then, this was a week ago, so I've had a lot of time to really think about this in my brain. And my next thought was, what if, you take out the whole child with extra needs or medically complex child, you take that out of the picture, and you think about everything else in your life that could be a blessing or a burden, and you choose blessing. So work, for example. Everybody that gets up and goes to work, not everybody, but most people that get up and go to work, it's like, oh, it's Monday, I have to go to work, oh, I have to go out, and I have to, put my time in, and I gotta work for the man. But what if you switched it and you were like, guys, it's Monday, I get to go to work. I get to make money, to pay my bills, to feed my children, to pay for my house, to live this life that I'm able to live. It is a blessing to have a job. It is a blessing to be able to work. It is a blessing to bring the money home and pay for your bills and live in a house that you own or rent or whatever. I don't care how you have a house. You have a house. It's a blessing. It's not a burden. It's not something you should complain about or moan about or wait for it to be over because you're living your life for the weekends. It's a blessing. And I feel like it can be pulled out, like this whole blessing burden theory can be applied to almost every person, in every lifestyle, in every circumstance. If you live in a mindset of gratefulness as opposed to, I don't know, what's the opposite of gratefulness? Just grumbling. So you're grateful, you're not grumbling, you're thinking of things as blessings, not burdens. Even when it's hard, you're pushing through because the end result is something fantastic and ultimately it's a blessing. And I can't think of other examples off the top of my head, but or raising teenagers. Let me just go there. Freaking hard. I don't love it. But I do love it because they're mine. So 2 of our girls are teenagers now, and I would probably definitely venture to say that newborns are way easier because when they start crying and carrying on, you just like put stuff into their mouth like binkies or bottles. But when teenagers start crying and carrying on, there's really nothing you can do. Just kind of look at them like, whoa, I don't really know what's happening right now, but I haven't had enough coffee to deal with it. So teenagers also fall into that whole blessing versus burden thing. So I am blessed to have these children that are growing and maturing and thinking and changing and challenging and challenging and challenging me some more. I am blessed. I am blessed because they are ours, because they can think for themselves, because they are growing into the adults that we are raising. Teenagers are tough. They're hard to raise. But they're such amazing blessings. This is not a new theory, obviously, because it's like, I believe it's in songs, like sing songs at church about counting your blessings. At least I think I did when I was little. But people talk about focusing on their blessings. But if you can take a situation that you feel is hard and turn it around and look at all of the freaking good that is in that situation, I promise you, you will live a better life. If you just do that one thing every day. All of the hard, all of the challenging, all of the things that you would normally think, this sucks. Turn around and think, what is the good in this? Because there's always good in every situation, even when it's difficult. So change your burdens into blessings one day at a time, and I promise you'll be a happier person.